the stretch drive of the regular season, and the conference race still wide open. Tonight, the Riddle and Riddle High School Hoops, presented by the University of North Carolina, brings us to the Quad City 7 in Cary, North Carolina, where the Green Level Gators aim to hold serve with the conference leaders as they play host to the Jordan Falcons. Hi, once again, everybody, and welcome. Patrick Keenis alongside the coach, John Hummel. John, a big one tonight for the Gators. They're a half game back with 3 more games to play. Meanwhile, Jordan's been a tough year for the Falcons, looking for their first conference win. How big is this one for the Gators to hold serve tonight?
Oh, really big, and especially when you're coming in against a team that's going through a rough stretch. It's pretty easy to be a little complacent and not do what you do well, and that's important for them because you want to keep going in that mode of operation as you head towards and then get into the playoffs.
All right, let's talk about a couple of the players that we're going to be watching tonight. First off, for the visiting Jordan Falcons, who do you like?
Desire Oliver. She's the person who kind of gets them going. She's vocal, she's athletic, and they need to be athletic and play some defense if they're going to survive or even hang in tonight. On the other side of the fence, Anjuanita Ablavanon. It's interesting because they've got some really good shooters, but she makes everybody double team and help her because she drives to the lane so well, and she can shoot the 3 when she needs to once in a while. But once she starts doing that and people help, then it opens up those shooters all over the floor. And then that gives it back to her because once they spread out to chase the shooters, she's got lanes to drive.
Right, now let's talk about the keys to the game tonight. These teams met a couple of weeks ago. Pretty easy win for Green Level. What are the keys as you see them tonight, John?
Well, for Jordan, they got to play some defense. And then they've got to hope that that defense leads to some cheap baskets because offensively, they struggle. They really don't have a shooter on their team. Get up on those shooters on defense, especially Barber and Kravitz. And make sure you're getting a hand in their face and then somebody else help out inside. They got to hit the backboard. You always do. If you're playing defense and you're rebounding, you can hang in most games. When you get over to the Green Level side, exact opposite. Get out and run. Push the ball up the floor, and then take good shots. They've got good shooters. Make sure shot selection is a good thing. Talk on defense. Ball movement. Ball movement and penetration. A lot of penetration by Desire.
All right, we'll come back. Lineups and the opening tip. Green Level right now a half game behind Willow Spring. Tied for second with Green Level and Apex. It's a big one tonight from Cary. Stay tuned. High School Hoops on the way.
For 250 years, America has been more than a place. It's a shared story. Amazing America 250 honors the people, the progress, and the promises of what's next. Amazing America 250, MyRDC 28.
From worst to first, Indiana just made college football history.
And now, their head coach, Curt Cignetti, is joining us on the Triple Option.
A perfect season, a national title, and one of the greatest program turnarounds we've ever seen.
We're going inside the huddle with the guy who ran the table.
Championship insight straight from the source.
The Triple Option with Curt Cignetti, streaming now, presented by Wendy's.
Are you a weather nut? A bona fide weather enthusiast? I'm talking, do you have a rain gauge? Would you drop what you're doing to go storm chasing? Then the National Weather Desk is for you.
We saw rapid intensification.
That cold air really piling up to the north.
200 meteorologists explain, experience, and enlighten you about the weather.
This is Severe Weather Awareness Week.
Go beyond the forecast. Watch the National Weather Desk.
Real life mysteries.
He was finally caught.
Investigations.
It was by far the most important piece of evidence in the case.
And cold hard cases.
If he couldn't have her, no one was going to have her.
Put your detective skills to test with Dateline.
I never dreamed somebody could do this.
One way or another, that's an execution.
Absolutely.
Wow, this has got me shaking.
Weeknights at 8 on MyRDC 28.
From creator Judge Judy Scheindlin, Judge DeMango, Judge Levy, Judge Acker.
Your skin tan.
Judge Levy.
I got no questions.
This is Tribunal Justice.
Back to Cary, North Carolina, the Riddle and Riddle High School Hoops presented by the University of North Carolina. Tonight we're inside the Quad City 7 as the Green Level Gators match up with the Jordan Falcons for the second time in conference play. Green Level in the home whites. There's the tip, and we're underway. And we'll see how Green Level handles Jordan. They just beat this Jordan team 47-20 about 2.5 weeks ago. It's a daunting, tall task for the Falcons.
Yep.
And here's a look at the starting lineup presented by Riddle and Riddle when justice counts. Desire Oliver is going to be the real key for the Falcons, particularly on the offensive side. She's their main offensive threat. The freshman makes the start. The two freshmen starting for this Falcon team, winless in conference play. This is Maya Parker, missing it from the baseline, rebound to the Gators.
Let's see how fast they get it up the floor and shoot it.
Aubrey Kravitz working the long skip pass. This is Clara Barber, their top three-point threat, wearing number 5 as we wrap up the Riddle and Riddle starters for the Gators. They're 12-9 overall, 7-2 in league play. Tied for second with Apex, half game behind Willow Spring, which still has a game in hand at 7-1. They take on Apex Friendship tonight. So 3 teams vying for the league championship into the final week and a half of the regular season.
Yeah, and right now Jordan's doing a good job making them move the ball, not giving up any cheap shots.
Very patient second offensive set. This is Riley Martin. And now they oscillate it back out front to Kravitz. Barber for 3.
There you go, one lapse.
58th three-point field goal of the year for Claire Barber. And our first Nelson & Nelson chiropractic three-pointer, working overtime to make a difference in our community. Tie up just inside midcourt. First 5 belong to the Gators.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Green Level comes out like almost three-quarter court, saying we're not going to let you slow this game down. We're going to make us run up and down the floor.
We'll see a lot of zone defense employed by the Falcons. To talk with several of the Green Level Gator players about an hour ago on what they remembered from the first meeting with the Jordan Falcons. They said they saw a lot of 2-3 and even some 1-3-1. Nice creative move by Desire Oliver, the young freshman top scorer on this Jordan side. Again, Jordan only scored 20 points in the first matchup a couple of weeks ago. So Oliver, we know she'll get her points. Who will the secondary and tertiary scorers be for Jordan? High ball turnover. Oliver attacking Barber. Well defended by Barber. Got both hands on that basketball. Stays with the Falcons.
Yeah, good defense. Good defense.
There's a look at Janet Robinson, head coach for the Falcons. Only 2 wins this year, though. 2-20. First one came in their second game of the year over Cary. And their last one was on December 30th. 3-point win.
Nice out of bounds play. So that's what I meant earlier when I said you can be a little complacent. No way you can let somebody be that open.
Basket to Maddie Brooks. 3 flips out of there by Kravitz. And the rebound to the Falcons.
Okay, they come out of that trap now. Straight man-to-man.
Now it's Oliver, screen either way, steps through, slicing down the lane, off-balance shot missed. But the Gators had the rebound knocked out of their hands. It is Green Level basketball. There's Ben Wolf, doubles as the head football coach here for the Gators. Described by his players as passionate and kind. I said, do you think he'd be happy to hear it? Do you think he's kind as your head basketball coach? They laughed and said, well, maybe we don't exactly want to say that. Barber, little long, good box out position for Lariah Best.
So I'm surprised at this.
Here's Barber. Bounce pass to the baseline. Deep 3, second of the game by Claire Barber.
They can't be late getting back to the ball.
Nelson & Nelson chiropractic 3, working overtime to make a difference in our community. Turnover, here's Barber, threads a bounce pass in deep, but a little too far. Martin couldn't control, and it will stay with the Gators. And here comes the older sister to Anwita Malabanan. It is Sahana Lebanon.
And that gives them even more height.
So both on the strong side of the floor. Barber with a hot handle already. 2 3-pointers. She runs the show. Steps into a deep three. That's 3 in the opening quarter for Claire Barber.
You just can't leave her alone.
9 of the 11 points in the opening quarter to Barber, and a tie-up, and Barber's in the mix. And the alternating possession will send it back to Green Level. It's all Claire Barber and Gators so far. 3 3-pointers, the first 4:08 of the quarter. Green Level out quickly, 11-4 on Jordan.
Are you a weather nut? A bona fide weather enthusiast? I'm talking, do you have a rain gauge? Would you drop what you're doing to go storm chasing? Then the National Weather Desk is for you. 200 meteorologists explain, experience, and enlighten you about the weather. Watch the National Weather Desk.
10-4, start me another unit.
Live PD presents.
First of all, he's a crackhead.
Are you kidding me? Is there an off button on you? Press it right now.
I want to say you look much more beautiful in person.
When did she become unattractive? After she crashed your car? You really got to get your act together.
Weeknights at 6 on MyRDC 28.
My wife, Roxanne, had so much love to give. Oh, and everyone loved her back. Kids, dogs, Louis the mailman, Jimmy the gardener, Jose the meter reader, and Rob lives down the street. See, that, my friend, is why we're going to divorce court.
Weekdays at 4 on MyRDC 28.
You can talk big.
You're trying to talk slick with me, and I'm a highly paid slick talker.
Hide behind the drama.
Oh, this is some messy gossip.
But you can't escape justice.
She was gonna get me.
What'd you do?
I hid.
Judge Mathis.
11-4 early spurt for Green Level on the strength of 3 3-pointers by senior shooting guard Claire Barber. Patrick Keatis, John Hummel with you. First off, get well soon, Jason Halter. You had a tap out earlier today with a virus that's been floating around the last couple of days, but John, a very adequate replacement. We thank you for your time on short notice tonight.
Thank you, Patrick.
And John, what have you seen through the first 4 minutes of this one?
Well, as you said, Barber. I mean, she keeps shooting like that. There isn't a whole lot that Jordan can do about it. But I'm surprised at how they're pushing out on Jordan. I'd collapse that zone back in and make them make some threes. And they're leaving the lane too open for individual players to get a basket.
This is Desire Oliver,
there we go.
Outstanding freshman.
That's just what I was talking
against
about.
the grain, bank shot, her second field goal of the quarter.
See, that's what I mean. They should be packing that in the lane and making them shoot jump shots.
You're speaking like a coach, like you know what you're talking about, John. 11-6 lead for the Gators. This is Barber. Does she have 4 in the first quarter? Splashes it down. Claire Barber. This is already a career game for her in the first 5 minutes. Came into this one leading the team with 57 threes this year. Tipped and a steal by the Gators. And if I'm Ben Wolf, I'm running another play for number 5.
Yeah, and Jordan might even think about playing a box and one where somebody just glues themselves to Barber and doesn't ever leave her alone to catch the ball.
Lebanon throws it away from the high post. Turnover to Jordan. Again, the Falcons just 2-20 this year. They won 20 games a year ago, but they graduated a lot of talent, and as a result, 2 freshmen in the starting lineup, along with 1 sophomore and 2 juniors tonight.
Let's see, now they are doing a nice thing. They're switching up the defenses, so Jordan never knows what they're coming up to look at.
Oliver too strong off the wing with a bank attempted a 3. And Barber into the half court for Green Level. And after tonight, 2 regular season games remain for Green Level, Apex and Apex Friendship. Willow Spring has 1 extra game to make up next week, and there's Anwida Lebanon with her first bucket of the game.
And that's the other weapon she brings to it. She drives to the hoop really, really well, and there's nobody out there who can stop her when she gets going.
Lead now to 10 for Green Level. That one is stuffed down low by Lebanon. Out of bounds off of Maddie Brooks.
And there we are again with those mixing up the defenses.
Riley Martin back in, and Wita Ambalabana into the bench. And already with a 10-point cushion in this opening quarter, opportunity for Ben Wolf to keep some bodies fresh on the floor. Riley Martin, sophomore. She's a threat as well, penetrating. Barber saves the pass, cutting through the baseline. The kick out three, knocked down. That one is by Jenna Corney.
Yeah, they hurt you with at least 3 different good shooters.
Jenna Karani averaging 3 points a game, knocks down the 5th three of the opening quarter for the Gators.
Yeah, and once again, somebody forgot where Barber was, and this time she makes a really nice assist for the 3.
13-2 run right now for the Gators. 4th shot in the paint is missed, and nothing but white shirts around for the defensive rebound. There's the already Jordan 6-2 edge points to paint. That's because the Gators been doing all their damage from the perimeter. Points to paint sponsored by the University of North Carolina. Final minutes of this opening quarter. Driving layup from Oliver.
There they go, leaving that lane open again. I think every basket they've gotten has been on a layup.
Oliver, 6 of the 8 points for the Falcons. How can they get a stop here in the final 30 seconds? 19-8 Gators. Barber works against Oliver, takes a high screen. Crossover, lost the handle, poked away. The steal forced by Maya Parker. Jordan can hold for the final shots. 8 seconds left. Brooks back out to Oliver, has to figure out an angle to get a shot off, leaves it short, and that's the end of the opening quarter. But 5 3-point field goals by the Gators, 4 by Claire Barber. And Green Level up 11 after 1 here in Cary.
For 250 years, America has been built on bold ideas, strong communities, and stories that connect us all. From small towns to big cities, from back roads to bright lights, this is the story of who we are. In 2026, we celebrate 250 years of amazing America. And together, we honor the people, places, and possibilities that continue to shape our future. Stay with MyRDC 28 as we celebrate amazing America.
Judge Domingo.
You're full of it from all angles.
Judge Levy.
Once you find yourself in a hole, stop digging.
Judge Acker.
You look like a deer in the headlights.
From creator Judge Judy Scheindlin.
You're scam tan.
Tribunal Justice.
She's fair.
Untrue, Your Honor.
What, you're going to have your turn.
She's inquisitive.
What in the world led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays at 2:30 on MyRDC 28.
How could you look your grandfather in the eyes after what you put him through?
I'm asking you a question. Sir, are you just making this up?
Do you understand when you've been caught in a lie? That's the look that you would get on a guy's face.
Hot Bench.
Tonight, Scholar Athlete brought to you by Tatum and Atkinson. If you're injured in a car wreck, call the heavy hitters. That's coming up at the half. 1 quarter in the books. Green Level leads Jordan 19-8. 5 3-point field goals by the Gators in that opening quarter. Kearney had 1 off the bench. Barber hit 4 in a starting role. She leads all scorers with 12.
And so far, Patrick, it's been what we thought. Over the course of the year, Jordan gives up twice as many points as they score. Scores 19-8. On the other side of the floor, don't let Barber shoot the ball. You see how bad it gets when you let her shoot the ball.
Riley Martin, a little overzealous, commits the foul. Jordan basketball, Oliver had 6 in the opening quarter. Bill Heinrich is on the floor for the first time, number 10 for Jordan. And this is Hester out front. Oliver working against Gwen Bowles. Oh, good help side defense from Ambalamanan. Blocked it away. And the Gators up the floor plus 11. Long skip into the corner. Martin, yes. 6 threes in the first half for Green Level. That one's sponsored by Nelson and Nelson Chiropractic, working overtime to make a difference in our community.
Jordan might want to think about getting out of that zone and playing everybody man.
Goodness, 6 3-pointers already by the Gators. And a soft pass post to post, easily picked off. And here comes Kearney and the Gators. Looking for number 7, Martin fires, flips it out, no. And it lands on the baseline, stays to the Green Level.
Yeah, but the bad news is she was open.
Yeah.
You can't keep leaving these kids open. They shoot the ball too well.
Good utilization of the skip pass across the zone. Barber back on the floor. And this is Barber, gives it up
Another
top.
shooter.
Deep 3, Kravitz, yes! Everybody getting in the mix. Second for Kravitz in this quarter. Okay, this Green Level team put up 47 against Jordan a couple of weeks ago. They already have 25. We're not even halfway through the second quarter. The counter there by Maddie Brooks, stepping out for a deep 3.
Yeah, and we'll take the 3, but what we really want to do is get the ball inside and maybe get fouled a few times.
Good anticipation on that entry pass by Desire Oliver. 25-11 Gators. Over to the sideline, Best. Brooks swats the loose pass down, jumps at top of the lane. Best faces up, drives, and Amalabana blocks another one. Into the sideline, out of bounds to Green Level. Just a sophomore, 6 feet, long wingspan though for Anuita Amalabana.
Yeah, it's a great block, and she's good at that. But good for Jordan. That's what they need to do more, is get the ball in there and take it to people.
Amalabana came into the game with 111 block shots this year. A couple more tonight. Daher misses a 3. And Barber getting in the mix to try and grab that offensive rebound. Possession will keep it with the Gators.
Once again, the fact that she missed helps Jordan, but she was wide open.
Oliver defending Barber. Daher. Amalabana. Around the perimeter, off the bounce, Kravitz. Barber comes across for the offensive rebound, steps back, and finally missed one. Maddie Brooks the rebound for Jordan. Oliver in the open floor, up fake. And gets the return pass from Brooks. 5 minutes left first half. 14-point lead for the Gators. Across the lane, Hester. Back it comes to Best. Another block by Amalabana, and third of the half. Kravitz locating Gwen Bowles all alone, opposite post.
It was almost like she knew she was going to do that before she even did it.
27-11. Best banks it in. First points for Lariah Best, the junior for the Falcons. That's through the hands, tough pass to grab for Amalabana. 1-on-2, Best cuts through, missed it. Oliver retrieves the offensive rebound, thought she got fouled. Whistles were not blown, and Barber comes out of there with it. And now numbers for the Gators. Barber, hard toss off the left hand, off the window. And a timeout taken by Jordan. That's the first non-3 Barber's put down in the game. 14 points, almost half of the Gators' offensive output. And it's all Green Level at home, trying to stay one loss behind in the loss column against first place Willow Springs. Green Level by 16.
All season long, she delivers the NFL stories that matter.
This week, Carissa Thompson joins us on Throwbacks.
From Sports Nation to Fox Sports to Thursday Night Football, she's one of the most trusted voices in the game.
We're talking media life, sideline stories, and what it's really like behind the scenes.
Big moments, real talk, and totally unfiltered.
It's Throwbacks with Carissa Thompson, streaming now wherever you get your podcasts.
The truth hurts. You're full of it from all angles.
But lies? Once you find yourself in a hole, stop digging.
Hurt even more. You look like a deer in the headlights.
Judge Domingo, Judge Levy, Judge Acker, from creator Judge Judy Shineland.
You scammed
10.
Judge Levy?
No, that was perfect. I got no questions.
Really?
I got no questions.
This is Tribunal Justice.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to
spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Mathis Court is in session.
Question is, who's going to benefit by these two deaths?
He was finally caught.
On Dateline.
Weekdays at 11 on MyRDC 28.
Carrie Moods. What a sports weekend. Kicking off opening ceremony of the Olympics over in Italy. Duke, North Carolina tomorrow. Super Bowl in 48 hours to see some Patriots jerseys around the environment here tonight. Stay tuned, though. The Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing High School Hoops halftime report coming up. First half highlights and more. Air Experts, schedule your tune-up today. YourAirExperts.com. Patrick Keeners, John Hummel back in Cary. Green level tied for second with 1 weekend of basketball to play within the Quad City 7, doing their job so far. Mostly, though, from the perimeter tonight. They've already made 7 3-pointers in this game.
Yeah. Barbara showed you she's not a one-trick pony there.
Jordan basketball down 29-13. Maddie Brooks and Desire Oliver have been their offensive keys. Brooks number 55. And Oliver right now is on the bench. Inside, falling over Brooks. Tripped up a bit, but she'll be whistled for the offensive foul.
Yeah, she got a little anxious there. She's got to take her time when she gets the ball down there in the box.
It's a tough matchup right there for Ambalabana, but she's done well defensively on the interior so far. 3 blocks, took that charge. And she's one of their top offensive players, but they haven't really needed her at all here tonight. They just kind of distributed through number 4.
Yep.
Sets a screen this time, Barber to the sideline. Pull-up jumper from mid-range Kravitz. And the rebound of the Falcons. We'll see how long Jordan goes with Desire Oliver on the bench. Actually, she's being deployed to the scorer's table at this very moment. Falcons down 16. Inside Brooks.
There you go.
Got
a little
fouled.
more patience.
Drew a late double team from the Gators on the inside. And the foul will be charged against Ambalabana. So we get our first sets of free throws of the game.
She's a little more patient there, and it gets her 2 free throws.
First to 2 by Brooks off the left side of the rim. Ready to roll. Call Raleigh's Garage Door Experts today. One more free throw from Maddie Brooks at the ready to roll free throw line. 29-13 green level. And one more coming from Maddie Brooks. Quickly paced opening half. Brooks misses a pair. Long down court pass, wide open Kravitz, a little bit strong. Keeping the rebound alive was Riley Martin, but she carried it over the end line. Jordan basketball.
Yeah, Jordan got a little lucky there. You can't leave her open.
And again, it's not the A to B passes from the Gators, it's the A to C or A to D over the top of the zone. The skip passes, very effective tonight for Ben Wolf's Gators. And it traveled just inside midcourt.
Yeah, Patrick, that's what you do and you work on when you have shooters, especially when you've got 3 of them on the floor at one time. They go to guard the immediate pass, and boom, the weak side is wide open.
Riley Martin, oh, look at Barber making a cut, and enough English on that right-handed layup. That was perfect synchronicity between those two, John.
That was a set play coming out of the sideline out of bounds. They both knew exactly what they were going to try and do.
31-13. On the run, Oliver a little strong. Rebounded, tipped right into the hands of Maya Parker. And Parker with the and one. First points for the freshman. Foul on Barber.
Personal foul, the third of the Gators. The basket counts, shooting 1 for the Falcons. Number 3, Maya Parker.
That's good for Jordan. A little bit of extra hustle gets her a rebound, and she gets rewarded with a free throw.
And And again, you're talking about such a young team. It's been a long, long year. Only 2 wins in 22 games. Good to see the effort, especially from these freshmen and sophomores mainly on the floor for Jordan. Not giving up with a couple of games to go in the regular season.
You bang on, Patrick. All those little things build confidence.
31-15. Because these quality Jordan players will be juniors and seniors in a couple of years. Barber riding the defender in. Around the perimeter, Martin, yes. Riley Martin knocks down the 8th first half 3 for the Gators. It is a clinic for Green Level in this first half.
And again, it wasn't the first pass, it was the second pass that got him the shot.
Eddie Brooks spins, scoops, and missed it off the window. Inside the final 2 minutes of the first half, a little hesitation. Floater by Barber, no. And the offense rebound is there, and Sahana Amalavana knocks it home. Her first points. And the updated points, the paint, almost everything for Jordan. Outside of that three-pointer by Maddie Brooks, a 12-8 edge for Jordan. University of North Carolina points. The paint sponsored by the University of North Carolina. Back behind the defense, Riley Martin.
Green Level is very unselfish. Everybody's looking to give the ball up to somebody who's more open than them.
Minutes play in the first half, 38-15 Gators. Brooks, kind of a clear out, and a reach-in foul on Green Level. They go on Kravitz. First foul on Kravitz. Best returns for Jordan, replacing Parker. Harris. Bailey Harris. First point tonight for Bailey.
She took it to them instead of stopping and shooting a jump shot. It's a good thing.
Played through the high post, Martin. Here's Barber, 16 points in the first half for Barber. Hesitation, good fake with his shoulder, and she'll head to the free throw line. Well, she's crafty with that basketball. Likes the dribble drive. She's not one-dimensional just from the outside.
Yep, and she went right back to that left hand again.
A little kind of hesitation. Stop and go, switch of hands.
Yeah, she does everything well.
And Claire Barber, the senior, 17 points in the first half. One more at the ready-to-roll free throw line. Ready to roll, call Raleigh's garage door experts today. Barber came in averaging 16 a game. She has surpassed that here in the first half.
And they're going to be happy at Emory University next year when she shows up.
40-17, last 20 seconds of the first half. Best rolls in the paint, shot challenge, blocked away by Jenna Kearney. And Green Level can get one more shot up. Final 10 seconds, Barber again. Heart attack, backs it home. 20 points in the first half for Claire Barber. And the clock will wind out on an impressive opening 16 minutes. Claire Barber behind 4 3-pointers in the first quarter. Part of an 8 3-point barrage in the opening half for Green Level. And the Gators taking care of business tonight. Halftime from Green Level. Gators 42, Jordan 17. We'll come back. The Air Experts halftime show is next.
You haven't seen conflict like you're going to see in about 2 seconds. What kind of dog do you have?
It's a border collie.
He's a liar. He's nothing but a big old liar.
I've never seen a pit bull look more like a pit bull. You have insurance. You're going to be able to prove it to me today, right?
I don't have it with me.
You don't have it at all. You want me to believe that? You were a bold-faced perjurer. What really happened? It's about a woman, ain't it? It's like I'm clairvoyant.
This is your CW22 and Mayor's E28 community calendar. The annual Krispy Kreme Challenge to benefit North Carolina Children's Hospital will take place on Saturday, February 7th, beginning at 8 a.m. at the NC State University Bell Tower. For more information, visit KrispyKremeChallenge.com. The Durham Craft Market takes place on February 7th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Durham Central Park. There will be local, unique items from all around the Triangle. For more information, visit DurhamCraftMarket.com. Please send your announcements at least 2 weeks in advance to email rkeith@sbgtv.com.
You're watching the Air Experts High School Hoops Halftime Report. Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at yourairexperts.com. And now it's time for the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Tatum and Atkinson is proud to present the WRDC Sports High School Hoops Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week. From Green Level High School, the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week is Claire Barber. Claire is basketball team captain, basketball all-district, is Green Level's all-time leading scorer, a McDonald's All-American nominee, and carries a 4.33 GPA. Claire is 4-time academic all-conference, a member of National Honor Society, a member of the Student Athlete Leadership Team, and the vice president of the Cool to Be Kind Club. Claire coaches elementary and middle school basketball, has volunteered over 100 hours of community service, and is committed to Emory University.
This All-Star is now entered for a $3,000 scholarship at the end of the season. Congratulations to our Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Tatum and Atkinson. Injured in a wreck? Call the heavy hitters.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Watching the Air Experts High School Hoops Halftime Report. Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at yourairexperts.com.
Back to Green Level halftime. 42-17. Gators on top of the Jordan Falcons. That kid is waiting for the Super Bowl. He's got 48 hours to wait while we take a look back at some Week 4 highlights.
Here are the best high school hoops plays from across the country.
Ball up, no good. Another big slam. This one over Matthew Gladden. Over the back, doesn't matter.
They got the numbers now. And Patterson on the three. Yes, sir. 3 balls to Dwayne Patterson Jr. from deep.
But he can't connect. Long lead pass to Talented. Look out. Talented with the throwdown.
About a third dunk for MBM.
Yeah. Get your cameras ready for Mikkel Bruce McCrowman and
just a really fast guy. And there's
another one.
Oh my gosh. That was right in the face of Triplett.
Puckett for the lead.
Got it!
30 for Puckett.
Let's jump right in.
10-4. Start me another unit.
727.
In a 40 zone, we ain't gonna tolerate that.
Live PD presents.
My wife Roxanne had so much love to give. Oh, and everyone loved her back. Kids, dogs, her co-workers, her boss, Louis the mailman, Jimmy the gardener, Jose the meter reader, and Rob lives down the street. So much love to give, but none for me. See, that, my friend, is why we're going to divorce court.
Weekdays at 4 on MyRDC 28.
AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions, we execute fully integrated campaigns that turns awareness into action, placing your brand exactly where your audience is. From hyper-targeted digital to the impact of streaming and audio, we connect brands to consumers with what they love in real time. Partnering with us means more reach, more precision, more results. Tap, scan, amplify. And let's make something extraordinary happen. AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions. One partner, endless possibilities.
You're watching the Air Experts High School Hoops Halftime Report. Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at yourairexperts.com.
42-17, our halftime score. Green Level trying to move to 8-2 with a couple games left in the regular season. In charge over the Jordan Falcons. Patrick Keenis and John Hummel with you tonight. And John, before we get to some highlights and stats of the first half, what stuck out in the first 16 minutes for you?
Well, it's Barber and Barber and Barber. and she's so hot that she then draws attention, and then that leaves Kravitz and Martin open. It's working on all cylinders.
Let's take a look at some first half highlights. Claire Barber had 4 of the 8 3-pointers in the opening half, and here's number 1.
I don't see how you can forget about her when you're playing defense. She's open on all 3 of those shots. And again, you can't help on defense to stop another player and leave her alone.
And then some dive cuts down the lane. She finished with 20 points in the opening half. Not a lot of offensive firepower for Jordan, but Desire Oliver had 6 points along with Maddie Brooks with 5.
Yeah, and it has to be nice to watch them from their coach's perspective that they don't give up. They're playing as if we're in a 3-point ball game, and they're taking the ball to the basket, and that's what they need to do to keep this thing going.
All right, here's a look at the first half stats. We see Green Level 8 of 14 from threes, and they forced 5 Jordan turnovers. We'll come back 42-17. Gators on top of Jordan. Second half from Carey is next.
Are you a weather nut? A bona fide weather enthusiast? I'm talking, do you have a rain gauge? Would you drop what you're doing to go storm chasing? Then the National Weather Desk is for you.
We saw rapid intensification.
That cold air really piling up to the north.
200 meteorologists explain, experience, and enlighten you about the weather.
This is Severe Weather Awareness Week.
Go beyond the forecast. Watch the National Weather Desk.
Judge Domingo.
You're full of it from all angles.
Judge Levy.
Once you find yourself in a hole, stop digging.
Judge Acker.
You look like a deer in the headlights.
From creator Judge Judy Scheindlin.
You're skin tan.
Tribunal Justice.
She doesn't mince words.
Why aren't you stopping the behavior if it's happening right in front of you?
Compassionate.
You should be mad at one person, and that's him.
She never accepts disrespect.
Stop your nonsense, or we will be escorting you out.
Justice for the people with Judge Millian.
When a city screams for justice.
Give me a name.
By the time we get that, you may be dead.
When the guilty are called to pay.
Get off my back! You like bracelets as trophies? Try these.
There's one sound that strikes fear into the hearts of all criminals.
Law and Order SVU
on MyRDC.
And thank you for watching the Air Experts Heating and Cooling Halftime Show. Ready now to start the third quarter, 42-17, the Green Level lead. And there's Clara Barber, has nearly half of the offensive output for the Gators, 20 points in the first half, including 4 3-pointers. Jordan will get the basketball to begin the third quarter. John, how do they get back in this one?
They've got to keep getting the ball inside and taking it to the basket, not jump shots.
Oliver off glass. Good start for Jordan.
And, of course, she makes a jump shot to start the second half.
She's a creator.
Yeah, she is.
Again, just a
She's
freshman.
a nice player.
Not intimidated to penetrate. Ooh. That pass goes right off of Oliver's shoulder. Barber, though, will save. And now it goes down low. This is Gwen Bowles, the recipients.
Yeah, they've got to learn to just stick to the person they're guarding. They're trying to help out too much, and it just leaves somebody open. And as we said earlier, they're very unselfish on the green level.
44-19 green level. Out of the corner. Hester thought about the three. Maddie Brooks had a very capable first half for Jordan, number 55, inside and from the perimeter. Loose ball. Gwen Bowles has it, looks up the floor. This is Barber. A no-look pass down low. Lavana and can't miss. Track down her own miss. And out front it comes to Barber. She's thinking about a long one. Here it is. There it goes. Fifth of the game by Barber.
We said it so many times, you can't leave her alone. You need to know where she is on the floor all the time.
That is the 9th three-pointer of the game. That one a Nelson and Nelson chiropractic three for green level. Working overtime to make a difference in our community. In and out, no good by Brooks. Battle on a rip-away. Jump ball called.
There you go.
Gator basketball. Good fights on the inside by Best, along with Lavana.
Yeah. And by the way, that was a heck of a no-look pass by Barber,
It really was. I mean, she can create as well.
Yeah.
Not afraid to set some screens, make some hard cuts. They set a double screen for her coming back up to the perimeter. The pass never got there.
So they don't need to force that. She should have given that up to the corner and just cut through, gone out the weak side.
47-19 green level. Again, when these teams played each other a couple of weeks ago, it was a 47-20 win on the road for green level. Gators have already put 47 on the board. Jordan's already scored 19.
That has a lot to do with why they got 47.
Best plays into the high post. Brooks turns inside, switches hands. Beautiful finish. And love the reaction by Maddie Brooks.
See that little
scream
bit
to the rafters have to make, and the and one.
You see that little bit of patience? She didn't catch the ball and just shoot it right away. She took her time, got herself in position. And the big part is, and you get the foul.
Foul on Martin. Out there ready to roll, free throw line, ready to roll. Call Raleigh's Garage Door experts today. Brooks is now over 3 from the line. Speeding ahead, Kravitz locates the trailer, and Lebanon cannot knock it down. Offensive rebound, Martin. She'll head to the free throw line.
Boy, Kravitz is a talented kid. She's only a freshman, and you can almost see with the things she tries to do on the floor.
What do you see from her?
I see her handle the ball with both hands. She shoots the ball. She shoots the ball on the drive. So I can see where she's looking and saying, all right, Barber's not going to be here next year, and I'll be the first option in this offense.
6 points now for Riley Martin. One more coming from the ready-to-roll free throw line. Raleigh's Garage Door experts today. Call them if you're ready to roll. 48-21 green level. It's a busy night for all the athletic programs here for green level. At halftime, they honored the state championship volleyball squad. The men's varsity game will follow ours. They had the men's JV game already. They will honor another state championship team for green level at halftime of the men's game. This is a school that's only been open for, less than 10 years, and 6 state championships already.
That speaks to culture.
Pass comes to the inside, Bowles. Barber sizes up another. 6 now for Claire Barber, and 26 points in the game.
She just doesn't stop, and she looks for it. She's very, very aggressive offensively.
10 three-point makes by the Gators. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Best, nowhere to go. Barber closes on this side, turning as Oliver shoots over her, leaves it short, and the strong side rebound to Barber.
And you see they've got Barber guarding her now.
Here's Riley Martin. Long rebound, strong side comes to Oliver. Oliver, will she take Barber one-on-one? She does, steps right by her. Misses with a fingertip attempt, and Barber the rebound.
Yeah, Barber made her take a tough shot. She didn't give her a free lane to the basket.
And one thing I noticed about Barber, when she grabs a defensive rebound, she head to the free throw line, always dribbling with her head up and looking down the floor.
Always. And there's that left hand again, not only on the dribble, but as she goes to the basket.
So Barber to the foul line for the second time tonight, 2 out of 2 so far. Foul charge against Parker.
And that is a skill that you're talking about there, Patrick. Barber sees the floor. There's never a time she's not seeing the whole flow of everybody on the floor and then deciding what she's going to do with the ball.
Not sure what the career high is for Claire Barber. She winds down her Green Level Gator career, but 27 points tonight. Has to be top 10, I would imagine. She's got a long way to go in this one. Still 12 minutes of game time. 29 is the season high for Barber. She has 27 in this one.
No.
30-point lead. Tough shot right there by
again,
Oliver.
Twice she cut it off there.
And Barber again looking down the floor. Abalabanan took the pass. He got hammered from the backside by Lariah Best. So 3:58 to play, third quarter. Timeout from Carey. The lead has swelled to 30 for the Gators. We'll step aside. Green Level taking care of business. Up 30 on Jordan.
And did you see?
From worst to first, Indiana just made college football history.
And now, their head coach, Curt Cignetti, is joining us on the Triple Option.
A perfect season, a national title, and one of the greatest program turnarounds we've ever seen.
We're going inside the huddle with the guy who ran the table.
Championship insight straight from the source.
The Triple Option with Curt Cignetti, streaming now, presented by Wendy's.
We are all gathered here today, Your Honor.
This ain't no funeral, no you're not.
You can talk big.
You're trying to talk slick with me, and I'm a highly paid slick talker.
Hide behind the drama.
Oh, this is a messy gossip.
But you can't escape justice.
She just kept saying she was gonna get me.
What'd you do?
I hid.
Judge Mathis.
All right, listen up. This fall, game days shine brighter with Next Gen TV. It's a powerful way to watch live local football games. Catch every play in jaw-dropping detail. With premium sound that hits harder than a safety blitz. Get big kickoff energy with a stress-free, simple setup. Just plug in a small modern antenna and boom, your TV's got game. Watch your local games for free this season with Next Gen TV. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
30-point lead for Green Level, 53-23. Don't spend it all in one place.
Yeah, but as you said earlier, Barber sees the floor. But not only does Barber see the floor, but Weta knows Barber does see the floor. So she's saying, if I ever don't bust my butt a little bit and get my hand up, Barber's going to get me the ball.
Barber, 27 points. She's had a couple of 30-plus point games over her career. We're still endeavoring to get a career high. Could be in the mid-30s.
And it'd be interesting to see how long they leave her in with such a big lead.
And again, a weekend of basketball for Green Level. They have Apex and Apex Friendship to wrap up the regular season.
Oof.
Apex is one of those teams right in the mix, 7-2, just like Green Level going into action tonight. Apex is taking on Panther Creek. Willow Spring has a game to make up, so they have 4 games to go. They're taking on Apex Friendship tonight. Those are the 3 teams right at the top of the table in the Quad City 7. 54-23. That's the lead for the Gators. Bank shot left short by Best. Abalabana with the rebound. Here is Barber again up the floor. Left to right hand into the forecourt for the Gators. Abalabana, nice crossover on Best. Shoves it to her older sister. Pivoting mid-post, nowhere to go. Throw it back out and we'll reset. Well defended by Jordan. Abalabana gets the roll.
That was a lot of patience by 3 different players that created that basket.
56-23, Gators. Inside 3 minutes for the third.
Here we go. They're up 30 points, and look at how they're playing defense as if they're down 5.
And they still, I mean, they know their personnel. They know the players they need to close out on the perimeter. They don't know the ones that they can give up some room.
Yeah.
Here's Barber again, off the dribble. She likes this shot and buries another one. 30 now for Barber on her 7th three-pointer of the night.
Well, we had a great view of that. It was good in the minute it left her hand.
Nelson chiropractic 3 working overtime, just like Claire Barber is, to make a difference in our community. I mean, the beauty of that 3, we just saw Barber dribble. She's dribbling right to left, kind of against the body, got it in the shooting pocket, squared up the shoulders, and wasn't falling off balance when she elevated for that shot.
Well, it looked like a little bit like a female version of Steph Curry.
That is hard to do.
Yep.
30 points now for Barber. Pass knocked out of bounds.
It's Barber denying the pass. It causes a turnover.
Here's Barber again. Ablaban recovers, reverses, Daher, yes! Everybody getting in the mix.
4 passes before that basket.
That's 12 threes tonight for Green Level. 62-23. The lead swells now to 39. Hester had a reload. And again, nothing but white shirts there for the Gators. Updated points to paint brought to you by the University of North Carolina. 20-14 Jordan. Well, that's about the extent of their offense. They have only 3 points outside the point. Outside the paint, there was a Brooks three-pointer back in the second quarter. Final 35 seconds, whistle blown.
Fouls at number 22, Jenna Karani. That's her first personal foul.
62-23 Green Level.
Checking in for Jordan, number 1, Lily Brooks. For Green Level, number 3, Grace Haas.
Clock is still running with a 39-point lead. It's the running clock right now with this large ballooning lead for Green Level. So 10 seconds to go. Lily Brooks, sophomore on the floor from 17. Rebound to Grace Haas. And that nicked the front of the rim from about 60 feet away.
But did you see the look on her face? She thought it should have went in.
62-23 is the lead for Green Level. 8 minutes to go. Barber doesn't want this night to end. She had 30, and the Gators roll.
When I think about what has the power to change the world, it could all be said with just one word: kindness. And what if we lived with a heart of kindness? What if we loved like we've been loved? If that's all that we're remembered for, well, let that be enough. So when they stand and tell the stories of who we are and what we've done, of 1,000 things that we could leave behind us. And what if we lived with a heart of kindness? What if we loved like we've been loved? If that's all that we're remembered for, well, let that word be kindness.
A new podcast where timing is everything. It's what separates those who follow culture from those who shape it.
Don't call it a comeback.
Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, reunited, not on the court, but behind the mic.
We want to bring a lot of worlds together.
And it's just love, man. Cousins with Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady.
Cousins, new episodes every Wednesday.
It's turning into a night of near records here for the Green Level Gators. The lead is 39, and there's Clara Barber, 30 points in 3 quarters. Her career high officially is 37. She needs 7 more. We'll see how much longer she'll be on the floor. Meanwhile, for Green Level, The school record for three-point makes in a game is 14. They've made 12, John.
Yeah, it almost looked like Jana Karani knew that when she hoisted up that quick three right at the end of the quarter there.
So we will play with a running clock. Once the lead gets to 35, the clock runs here in the second half. And that's where we are. The lead is now 39, and here come the Gators down the floor. All the way coast to the hole. And Jana Karani with her 5th point of the night.
But you know, at the other end, I like Best move to the basket there. They're not going in now, but down the road, next year, the year after, those are the baskets she's going to make.
Deflected pass, Karani the steal. Barber is still on the floor on the right side. We'll see if they look for her. They are. Again, we don't know how many more possessions she'll be on the floor, and with the running clock, they'll have fewer possessions to play with. They may know that she's approaching career high. There's another one. She looks at her head coach and doesn't want to leave the game, but I think she is now. Claire Barber, what a going out party in one of the last home games that she'll play in the regular season. She has 33. Green Level called a 30-second timeout.
For 250 years, America has been built on bold ideas, strong communities, and stories that connect us all. From small towns to big cities, from back roads to bright lights, this is the story of who we are. In 2026, we celebrate 250 years of amazing America. And together, we honor the people, places, and possibilities that continue to shape our future. Stay with MyRDC 28 as we celebrate amazing America. Real life mysteries.
He was finally caught.
Investigations.
It was by far the most important piece of evidence in the case.
And cold hard cases.
If he couldn't have her, no one was going to have her.
Put your detective skills to test with Dateline.
I never dreamed somebody could do this.
One way or another, that's an execution.
Absolutely.
Wow, this has got me shaking.
Weeknights at 8 on MyRDC 28.
How could you look your grandfather in the eyes after what you put him through?
You have a video. You're prepping the food without a shirt on? Are those your boxers?
Sir, are you just making this up? Because that's not okay.
You understand when you've been caught in a lie? That's the look that you would get on a guy's face.
Hot Bench.
Well, it was interesting to watch that. On the first dribble, Barber thought she had it. On the second dribble, it felt better. On the third dribble, she knew it was going home and she let it go.
So there is Claire Barber. Her night is done. The last three we just saw her make was the 8th of the game for Barber. That is a new individual Green Level Gator record. So Ben Wolf wanted to keep her on the floor for one more shot at it. She nailed it, and she is done with 33 points. That is also the 13th of the game for the Gators tonight. That's one short of an all-time school team record. But now they have to do it without Barber.
Yeah, boy, that's all right. There you go. Boom. Ooh.
A little mid-range jumper, a little short by Kravitz. Now back to Barber just for a moment. The senior, we don't have official numbers here on how many she's attempted. I only remember maybe 3 or 4 misses from Barber from deep tonight. We're trying to get the official number.
I think 4 is a high number. Yeah.
Brooks, meanwhile, knocks down her second
nice
of the game.
shot.
Brought to you by Nelson & Nelson Chiropractic, working overtime to make a difference in our community. Again, the clock will run the rest of the way unless Jordan gets it back within 35. So the clock, even now with that foul and free throws forthcoming, will still roll. The lead is 41.
Yeah, and you see Kravitz still being aggressive. She doesn't want to give up the layup. She makes it a contested layup.
So to the line, Lily Brooks, the sophomore for Jordan. Just to put a period on Claire Barber's night, 8 of 9 tonight from three-point range. Great work by our staff to track down all those numbers. 33 points for Claire Barber, and she's basically sitting out the final 7 minutes of this one.
Yeah, it was fun to watch.
8 of 9. One more from the Ready to Roll free throw line. Ready to Roll, call Raleigh's garage door experts today. 67-27. Jordan gets the basketball back. Clock again running. It will,
and we have to commend
until the lead gets inside 35.
And we got to commend Jordan for still playing as hard as they are. Look at this. That's nice.
Lily Brooks hurls it over the rim. They look down the floor. Kravitz.
Kravitz is shooting this.
Kravitz with an angle. Kick to Daher. Finds the trailer. Kearney backs it out. Dribble a handoff. Kravitz. This is Charlotte Martinez. Good handoff down low. Grace Hoggs. Her first points for the season.
They all give it up. It's fun to watch. That's that culture we were talking about earlier.
And Hawes has only scored a couple of points all year. She'll get about 5 or 6 minutes of playing time along with the backups here for the Gators. That pass didn't have enough on it. Hester the steal. And through the lane, Hester, nice finish.
Good move, good drive.
69-29 Gators. So Green Level will get to 8-2. They will close with Apex, the team with whom they are tied for second place going into action tonight. And then they will close with Apex Friendship, which is 4-6 going into action. Free throws coming for Green Level. Again, Willow Spring has Apex Friendship, Jordan, Apex, and then Green Hope. 4 games remaining, including their contest tonight. Apex with Panther Creek, Green Level, and then Willow Spring. Tough finish for Apex.
Well, Green Level couldn't ask for a better springboard into those last few games than they got tonight. Yeah. They did a little bit of everything.
I mean, hot from the outside, shot hot. They're going to be able to rest some players as well.
Yeah.
With a one-sided win here tonight.
They drove to the basket. We saw nice give-ups for baskets.
And seeding matters, even if you don't overtake Willow Spring, but you want to be at least a 2 seed going into the conference tournament in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. And you just want to be playing your game well, and they certainly are tonight.
Inside the final 3 minutes, Kearney retreats and had the dribble knocked out of her hand. Sticks with the Gators. Here's Ben Wolf. Right away, recovered. Kearney with the left hand, keeps it low, pivots around, corkscrews, lost it. Picks up the loose ball. 2:25 for the game. And again, the Gators are going to be in no hurry here. Just trying to run their stuff. We get a foul on Jordan with 2:17 left.
But see, I love it.
Foul number 10, Belle Heinrich. That's her first personal foul, the second on the Falcons.
Tough night of the office for Jana Robinson again for the Falcons.
But see, I get a foul, but I love that. This Jordan team just doesn't quit. They're playing like it's the first quarter.
And Karani again as the C's part down the lane. 7 for Karani. Oliver a little wide of the target on the 3. 140 for regulation. Karani creating at the side of the glass. Jordan basketball. 71-29 Green Level. I mean, this is a big offensive night for the Green Level Gators. I'm looking over the course of their game by game. They played 21 games this year. This is the most points they've scored in a game all year.
Yeah,
71.
It doesn't get much better than this.
There's the points. The paint brought to you by the University of North Carolina. 22-18 for Jordan. Only 7 points outside of the paint for the Falcons tonight. That is sponsored by the University of North Carolina.
And beyond the pure points, which are phenomenal, 33 points, but when it's your best player who's leading the way, it gets everybody else excited. It makes everybody else believe we can win.
41-point lead for the Gators. Final 35 seconds. So Sahana Amalabana and Curling around down the right edge of the lane, stops on the block. Ball knocked out of her hand. She'll get a chance to pick up the live dribble again. And Green Level may work out the clock the rest of the way here. Amalabana bumping. 15 seconds to go. Little Strong over the end line. Clock will not stop. Jordan basketball, and Green Level takes care of business emphatically tonight. They come up 1 3-pointer shy of matching the school record. They knock down 13 tonight, including 8 of 9 by Claire Barber. She finishes with 33 points and a demonstrative Green Level win, 71-30 over Jordan.
That was pure fun basketball. And Patrick, thank you very much.
Happy to do it, John.
A pleasure doing it with you.
We'll see you Tuesday.
All right, pal.
But meanwhile, we will see you on the floor here in
Yes,
a moment.
we
The
will.
trophy presentation for high school hopes. Green Level gets to 8-2. They defend the home floor in the next to last week of the regular season. Green Level 71, Jordan 30. Trophy presentation when we return.
Are you a weather nut? A bona fide weather enthusiast? I'm talking, do you have a rain gauge? Would you drop what you're doing to go storm chasing? Then the National Weather Desk is for you.
We saw rapid intensification.
That cold air really piling up to the north.
200 meteorologists explain, experience, and enlighten you about the weather.
This is Severe Weather Awareness Week.
Go beyond the forecast. Watch the National Weather Desk.
Diversity is in our nature. It is in nature, too. Biodiversity. It connects us and sustains us. But nature's biodiversity is at risk more than ever before, and the future of all life is in our hands. So what will you do? Love it or lose it?
My wife, Roxanne, had so much love to give. Oh, and everyone loved her back. Kids, dogs, her coworkers, her boss, Louis the mailman, Jimmy the gardener, Jose the meter reader, and Rob lives down the street. So much love to give, but none for me. See, that, my friend, is why we're going to divorce court.
Weekdays at 4 on MyRDC 28.
We are all gathered here today, Your Honor.
This ain't no funeral, no, you're not. You can talk big. You're trying to talk slick with me, and I'm a highly paid slick talker.
Hide behind the drama,
Oh, this is some messy gossip.
but you can't escape justice.
She just kept saying she was gonna get me.
What'd you do?
I hid.
Judge Mathis.
(71-30) Green Level victory over Jordan. 13-9 overall, but more importantly, a big 8th win for Green Level. Now 8-2 in league play with 2 games to go. Let's go down to John Hummel with the trophy presentation. He's with Ben Wolf, the head coach of the Gators. John?
Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you, sir.
Did you see what you needed to see tonight as you get ready for this stretch run?
Yes, we played well as a team. We moved the ball well. Defensively, we played well.
Yeah, you do. You give the ball up well. Nobody is selfish. That's nice to see.
Yep.
Pretty easy to coach a game like this when you get somebody throwing it up the way Claire was, huh?
Yes, she's been a pleasure to coach. Great kid.
And you got a nice supporting cast coming up when she's done.
Yep.
Well, congrats again,
Thank
Coach.
you, sir. Thank you.
Claire.
Yes.
Has it ever felt as good as it felt tonight?
No, it feels pretty good. Yeah.
We had a perfect view of your last one, and I said it was in when it left her fingertips.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's nice. An 8 in one game.
Mm-hmm.
And next year you're going to?
Hopefully get more.
Oh,
I'm going to
Division
Emory
III next
University.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's fun. They're going to be happy to get you.
Thank
Congrats.
you. Yeah.
Coach, want to give the girls their trophy?
There you go, girls.
And there we have it, the high school hoops trophy to the Green Level Gators. They get a 13-9, 8-2 in conference play, still in the mix to win the conference championship this year. Final score, 71-30, Green Level over Jordan. All of us like to take a minute to thank the great folks at Riddle & Riddle who make these games possible for you viewers at home. We'd also like to thank the other great supporters for their contributions on high school hoops right here on WRDC. They are the University of North Carolina, Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Ready to Roll Garage Doors, Nelson and Nelson Chiropractic, and Tatum and Atkinson. And we would especially like to thank tonight's participating high schools and their administrators as well, Jordan High and right here at Green Level. Stick around, we're back on Tuesday where the women's Millbrook Wildcats take on the Wolverines of Wakefield. For John Hummel and our entire crew, Patrick Keene is saying enjoy an overflowing sports weekend. Green Level over Jordan 71-30. So long from Kerry.
Ever since my boots first hit these streets, had to scratch and claw, made me hard to beat. They were real early mornings and late nights.